right, welcome back to day 2 of using tape diagrams to help us with ratios. All right, so kind of to review some stuff a little bit, how these tape diagrams work, let's take a look at 2 different examples. So here we're going to start out with the tape diagram. We've got a ratio of bell peppers to jalapeno peppers in a garden. And we're showing it, we've got 5 boxes for the bell, 1 for the jalapeno. And remember, in tape diagrams, all the boxes are worth the same amount. So if we're told there's 4 jalapeno peppers, that means our 1 box gets a 4 in it. Now the question is, how many bell peppers are there? Well, that means each box up here also has to have 4 in it. So if we've got 4 and we've got 5 boxes, 4 times 5 is 20. We have 20 bell peppers. So that's one way we can use the tape diagram. And our initial ratio would have been 5 to 1. So let's just look at this real quickly. Have an initial ratio of 5 to 1. That's the bell to the jalapeno. And now we're saying we have 20 to 4. Are those equivalent ratios? I hope you said yes. And that you said, well, sure, because I can take 5 times 4 and 1 times 4 and get 20 over 4. Or somebody said, well, I'm just going to cross multiply. Use those cross products that you talked about, Mrs. Jensen. And go 5 times 4 is 20. And 1 times 20 is 20. Those are equal, so of course those are equivalent. And our tape diagram just gives us a visual of that. So some of you who really like things visual, this can be really handy. All right, now we're going to look at another example. We don't have the tape diagram yet. We're going to have to draw it and then answer a question. So you get 7 fiction books for every 5 nonfiction books. There are a total of 15 nonfiction books. Well, we're going to draw our tape diagram based on our initial ratio, fiction to nonfiction. Why did I write it? Why am I writing it in that order? Why am I going fiction and nonfiction? Hopefully you're saying, well, because fiction's listed first. Exactly right. You write them in the order things are written. So we're going to make our ratio, our number of boxes, based on this ratio. So I got to have 7 fiction boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and nonfiction, how many should I have? That's right, 5. I'll try to line them up, make them look fairly similar. Okay, and it says there are 15 nonfiction. So that means this in total, all of that is total of 15. How do we figure out what goes into each box? Because remember, each box has to have the same amount. That's right, we do 15 divided by 5, which is 3. So each of those has 3, which means each box up here has 3. And I had how many boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what do I have to do with all those 3's? That's right, multiply them by 7. So I'll go right in my other color. 3 times 7 to get 21 fiction books. Okay, now we're going to take a look at kind of these 2 ideas together and use it to adjust a little and expand on our thinking a little bit. Okay, so we're going to look at our 3rd example here. Your allowance and your friend's allowance total $40. It's actually per month. So $40 between you and your friend for a month. The ratio of your allowance to your friend's is 5 to 3. So how much do each of you get? We're going to solve this by drawing out a tape diagram. Now, as we do that, how are we going to represent it and in what order? Hopefully you've now said, we should put mine on top and my friend's on the bottom because I was listed first. Correct. So here's you, here's your friend. And the ratio was 5 to 3. So how many boxes do you draw? 5, good. And how many for your friend? 3, very good. So there's our ratio of 5 to 3. Now it's a total, so how many boxes total? And how much money total? Good. 8 boxes total, $40 total. How much is each box going to be worth? Can we figure it out for each one individually? Like figure out one row and then apply it to the other like we did over here in example 2? No. But a similar concept is going to come into play. Remember here we had 15 total and we divided by the number of boxes for this row. Well, here we have the total for both of you guys for the whole thing, and we know the total number of boxes. So can't we do the same thing? Both are saying, yes, we can. So we're going to take our total, $40, divided by 8, and what does that equal? Very good, it's 5. So now that means each box is worth 5. So how much money do you make a month in your allowance? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 5 is $25. How much does your friend make? Right, 5 times 3. $15. And that will satisfy our ratio, right? Our original ratio was 5 to 3. Now we have 25 to 15. And each of these we could just multiply by 5 to make it work, or do cross products. 15 times 20, 3 times 25, there we go, is 75. And 5 times 15 is 75. So they're equal. All right, so we get the idea. We can use a total for everything and divide by the number of boxes we have in total to help us figure out the individual pieces. Okay, one more example to look at here, maybe 2. We've got 35 tickets total for a raffle, let's say. It's a ratio of 1 to 4 winning to losing tickets. So how many do we have of each in this raffle? Well, first of all, we better draw ourselves a tape diagram. After all, that's what this section's about, what we're practicing. So let's do that. So we've got winning to losing. Winning, losing. 1 to 4. How many tickets do we have total between all of the boxes? Got 35 tickets total. How many boxes do we have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boxes. How are we going to figure out how much each box is worth? Well, you said 35 divided by 5. That equals 7. So 7 here, 7, 7, 7, and 7. So we have 7 winning tickets. Look at that, we got 7 winning. And down here, we go 7 times 4 is 28. We have 28 losing tickets. Now that sounds bad, but remember, it's a raffle. You can't have everybody win. You got to have more losers than winners, right? All right, so this is the kind of stuff you're going to continue to practice today. Stuff like the first couple examples, plus throwing this in. Hopefully you took good notes. If you didn't, go back and review this a little bit more as you get ready to do your assignment. Good luck.